Well, if you thought that the Arsenal transfer business is done, anticipate what we call light transfer moves for Arsenal as they obviously try to vie and obviously struggle hard to get in more signings. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. This is the transfer news show that is really very diverse, talking about different transfers altogether onto this beautiful channel of ours known as the Rokani Media Football. Good morning, guys. How is your Monday? Hope you're really having a fantastic day and obviously a fantastic morning. We thank God for the gift of life and we cover ourselves in the blood of Jesus Christ. For the Muslim viewers and subscribers, Barak Laufikum, and allow me start it off in a way like we always do it. But I'm calling in for 400 likes on this video. Don't forget to subscribe. See to it that we hit 17,000 subscribers before the end of this month. I know it's possible. We are left with 4 days to climax August, but I think we can put August to the one of those months that we hit 17,000 subscribers. Not so? I think that can happen in a nick of time. We are talking Ndidi back in the market. Shop window opens and looks like Leicester is willing to cash in for the player. And Romelu Lukaku, where is he going after leaving London? And these days are really crucial, and I'm going to let you know the latest information about his transfer wish and where he's expected to be playing next season. Now, let's start it off with Dean Jones via the Give Him Sport, giving us a very elaborative explanation on why Arsenal are expected to go and do the late transfer moves. He says, we've seen it before with Arsenal making late moves, but they are playing it down right now. Obviously, they still haven't been able to make any heavyway on actually getting Pepe out of the club. So that's the problem. So he continues and says Balogun has been stuck there too, but if they got both of those players out the door, then there is always the feeling that at the back of their mind that maybe Arsenal do just look fine to find something extra. And then he concluded by saying, especially considering the last two matches have been like a bit of more of a battle, they've been counting on winning by the own goal, and it could be that becomes a theme across the season. So Arsenal is willing to obviously do the needful, and has talked about Balogun, that if at all they sell Balogun and other players, then looks like they'll be able to get in these players. Balogun crossed from Arsenal to Monaco for £35 million, meaning that a deal can be really done in between these two teams, that is Arsenal and the other teams that they want to sign players from, because Balogun is going to hate to bring in Arsenal or to give Arsenal £35 million, right? £35 million, and in the pockets of Arsenal, they've gotten 1.2 from the Kientieni transfer fee as crosses from Arsenal to Real Sociedad on a longer season loan. They have £2 million from the player that used to be their player they sold to Stuttgart, and he was sold to West Ham, and they got £2 million. This guy, what is his name? This guy, Guendouzi, is another one that Arsenal is going to get some good money out of his sale from Marseille to Lazio, right? So it happens to be that Arsenal are really getting in some good money, and that's why they're expected to obviously attack the market in the final days of the window. And we know it, when Arsenal attacks in the final days of the window, they obviously see themselves getting these players in. In the last days of the summer transfer window, Thomas Partey saw himself join Arsenal. That is it. That was in the summer of 2020. In the summer of 2021, I think in that summer they brought on 2021. They brought Ben White, Nuno Tavares, was it that? I think that of 2021. Yeah, that of 2021. They brought Tavares, Camavinga, Ben White, I think that's when even Aaron Ramsdale came in through. They got Odegaard on a loan. That is it. I think those are the signings that they really got in, right? And Tomiyasu came in that of 2021, right? And Aaron Ramsdale. But Tomiyasu and Aaron Ramsdale came in late. That of 2022, we saw to it that they never brought anyone late. They went in for Douglas Luiz on the final day of the transfer window. Aston Villa shunned their bid. They wanted to bring in Danilo. A team that was selling Danilo told us, no, you are so early for the January transfer window because we are going to sell him in the January transfer window. And obviously, in the January transfer window, Arsenal, we are no longer interested in Danilo. They wanted Caicedo, and Danilo crossed from Brazil to Nottingham Forest. That is it. So never rule Arsenal when it comes to late transfer deals being done. Arsenal can obviously go mad and get in players, but we are yet to know exactly which kind of player Arsenal really need of. But we all know that it's concerning the Julian Timber cover. That is it. If Arsenal is to do business in the late transfer window, it's going to be a cover for Julian Timber. And it might not be an expensive player because they want to charge for the January transfer window and at least get in one player that Arteta will be looking at to see whether he comes into the club of Arsenal. That is it. Coming in from Simon Jones via the Give Me Sport concerning Arsenal and the late transfer moves expected. And the sale of Balogun to Monaco has given them a very huge boost as far as this is concerned, and they want to see this deal. They want themselves to make some late signings as far as this is concerned. Now, we got to Romelu Lukaku. Fabrizio Romano breaking the story. AS Roma want Romelu Lukaku deal to be done by today. Negotiations took place also on Sunday night with Chelsea and player side after €5 million loan fee proposal. Roma are really pushing to get it sealed. No mandatory buy clause included in the deal. This is what we are having for Fabrizio Romano as far as the deal of Romelu Lukaku to AS Roma is really concerned. For Romelu Lukaku, he would have been a player back to Inter Milan, and Inter Milan was willing even to pay close to €35 million to Chelsea to sign him permanently. But, oh my God, they found themselves in a situation that Lukaku snubbed them and went ahead to talk to their rivals. That is Juventus, and Juventus have gone ahead to play Lukaku a very hard ball, and Lukaku feels like it's coming towards the end of the transfer window, and Juventus have not gone ahead to do stuff with Juventus. Remember, Juventus were really willing to do business with Chelsea, but Chelsea wanted to sign Dusan Vlahovic, and that's what led this deal not to come to pass. But they're willing to pay €38 million to sign Lukaku, and I don't know what is going to happen to that deal. Maybe it died a natural death, and that's why AS Roma is coming in the mix to see to it that they sign Lukaku. Remember, Lukaku worked with Mourinho at Manchester United, and Mourinho spearheaded the signing of Romelu Lukaku for £75 million. Sorry about that. From Everton to Manchester United, and when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came in through, Solskjaer sold him to Inter Milan, and Inter Milan sold him back to Chelsea for €115 million. And after he flopped under Thomas Tuchel, he was loaned back to Inter Milan. He led Inter Milan to the Champions League finale, though he costed them that finale for blocking in the 2 goals that would have gone ahead to enter, and obviously cost Man City the Champions League trophy. So AS Roma want Lukaku, and a loan fee of €5 million is wanted by Chelsea, and Chelsea are working hard to see to it that this deal happens and offload this Romelu Lukaku guy. But the salary of Romelu Lukaku is really huge, because at Chelsea he was earning £300,000 a week. That is the Romelu Lukaku for you. And finally, it's one of those deals that we anticipate to really materialize during the final bend of the transfer window, as we are climaxing it now. That is it, coming in from Romelu Lukaku in there for you. So that is Romelu Lukaku for you, and it looks like things are working well for him and joining Jose Mourinho's side, that is AS Roma. And it looks like, by the way, when he's playing for Italian Serie A teams, he thrives better. And tell me any club or any league that Lukaku is going to hit to thrive better than the Italian Serie A. He's going to hit to set records there at Inter Milan, and I think he is wanting to move to that side of Inter Milan. That is it. So let's obviously take it to the next level, and let's talk about an exclusive coming in for Fabrizio Romano as far as Wilfred Ndidi is really concerned. A player that was once on every transfer list of a top 6 Premier League team, and then he just shrinked. Then Fabrizio Romano is saying Nottingham Forest set to bid for Wilfred Ndidi. Proposal expected to be submitted soon for Nigerian defensive midfielder as his top target. Understand personal terms have been agreed, and negotiations will now start in between clubs. Forest will push to make it happen. That is it, coming in from Fabrizio Romano, that Nottingham Forest are willing to push for this deal to make it happen. So we are here to anticipate how this deal is going to be made happening by Nottingham Forest, because they need it as soon as possible. If there is a team that needs a CDM to obviously galvanize that midfield altogether and do the checkmates, obviously it's Wilfred Ndidi. I loved the player and with the fans of United way back, like 2-3 seasons back, we would call for him to come in through and play into the CDM position, because we all agreed unisonly that he is better than Fred and Scott McTominay. But the coming in of Casemiro just showed us that we need more than better, and him flopping out on a very low band, that has gone ahead to obviously cause him problems from really getting in suitors from the Premier League. But Nottingham Forest is giving him a chance to rejuvenate his career in the Premier League, and I think Nottingham Forest are really going to get this deal over done, because that midfield of Nottingham Forest really lacks some experience, and obviously that talent. For the physicality, they have it. They are physically strong. Danilo, Koyate, and very many others playing that midfield, they really look strong. But when you get in Ndidi and you play him into that midfield, then it's really going to be something great to obviously talk about and see how it happens. Because when you look at the game of Man United, they had a midfield of the following players, and if at all you add Ndidi to those players, it's obviously one of the innovations that will take you to the best of the levels that you really want your team to be at. They had Yates, Danilo in there for you, and I think if at all you get Yates in for Wilfred Ndidi and you play him against Danilo, all alongside Danilo, that will be something great. Their midfield is going to improve, and trust me, every team that's going to go at the ground stadium of, no, it's the City Ground Stadium of Nottingham Forest, is going to feel the music. That is it. Every team going that side is going to feel the music of Nottingham Forest, because that team is strong away from home. They are not conceding the stupid goal they used to concede when they're playing away from home. Like when they played against Arsenal, they swallowed 5. This time round, they only swallowed 2 and they scored 1. Against Manchester United, the game ended 2-3 in favor of Man United, but they scored 2 goals in 4 minutes, meaning that they might be looking the best transitional team in the league, and they are not allowing stuff to happen to them of conceding very many goals as they did last season. So guys, your thoughts on to Arsenal transfer moves expected are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Ndidi to Nottingham Forest and Lukaku pushing to join AS Roma? Let us hit a sign out for now. See you later. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May the living true God bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. Bye-bye.